At the moment, crypto is being heavily manipulated, and we need to take advantage of this. Let's dive into the charts. Today we are going to be breaking down 3 scenarios on the daily time frame and then 2 scenarios on the 4-hourly time frame. So, starting on the first scenario on our daily time frame. From the lows of the bear market at $15,000, we have possibly a 5-wave structure up. This 5-wave structure means we are finishing this wave 1 and now we are looking to come down in a wave 2. This would mean the start of a larger bear market where we have a 5-wave structure up, a 5-wave move down in A, 3-wave bear market rally in B, and then another 5-wave drop in C. This would be quite devastating for the crypto market as no one would have really predicted this move here. Oftentimes, crypto moves in 4-year cycles, and this is not yet ending on the 4 years. So let's see where we end here or possibly find a low, but I don't see this as our main scenario at the moment. Then on the second scenario at the moment, we have the most bullish scenario out there. We have a quadruple or triple 1-2. So when we make a low ending of the bear market like we did at $15,000, we are looking for one of 3 things. We are either looking for a 5-wave structure to the upside, or we are looking for a diagonal where wave 1 and wave 4 overlap in price, or we are looking for a 1-2. Now a 1-2 is where we have multiple 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and only then do we have the massive 3-wave, third wave, finishing then a wave 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Something along this line. So what is actually occurring here is we have a move up in 5 waves. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inside this wave 3, we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inside that wave 3, we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as I've illustrated here. So I doubt we are in this one at the moment, as this is the most bullish scenario out there. And we are currently then in a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and are about to do a massive third wave up. And that would be quite a move. That would be taking probably Bitcoin to around the $800,000, $900,000 level, which I just don't think we are there yet. Yes, Trump is coming into play with his crypto policies, but I don't think a $900,000 asset is there just yet. That would mean a lot of money has to flow very, very quickly into the crypto market. Then, if we look at our main scenario at the moment, on our main scenario, we have another 5-wave structure up, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in yellow from the lows at 15,000, as we've been talking about. In this wave 5, this would be another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What this is called is this is an extended wave 5, very, very common in the crypto space. Oftentimes we get a move where we have a 1, 2, big 3, 4, and then an even bigger wave 5. This is what we would be looking at on the daily time frame. So this is our main scenario at the moment. The target range for this wave 2 sits at 73,537 to 58,387. The thing with the wave 2 is the minimum target can indeed be reached at the 0.382. So it is possible, yes, that we have finished this correction to the downside. I don't think we are done just yet, but it is very, very possible that this is the low in wave 2, and we are now looking for that third wave up. That wave 2 would then move over here. But I do think we come a little bit lower, possibly a little more ranging action, possibly down, a little bit up, and then down again to that 0.5, possibly filling in multiple gaps we have here in the market that we will talk about now. So on our then 4-hourly time frame, if this is our main scenario, I'm going to keep this on the chart. We are looking at two different scenarios at the moment. Both of them are WXY scenarios. So on the first one we have here, we have a WXY to the downside. Remember now, a WXY is made of 3-wave structures. So an ABC often occurs with an A here, a B, and then a wave C. Inside this wave A, we have a 5-wave move. Inside the wave B, often a 3-wave structure, and then a 5-wave move in wave C. This is the standard ABC correction. Now, in a WXY, which looks very similar to an ABC, we have this here, a 3-wave move in wave Y, in wave W, any corrective structure in X, and another 3-wave move in wave Y. So we are currently looking at WXYs on the chart at the moment, where we have a W to the downside, an A, B, and a wave C. W here, followed by a corrective structure in X, and then a wave Y to the downside. Inside this wave Y, we are looking at a 5-wave A, a 3-wave B, and now looking for a 5-wave C. So this is already looking very good. A 5-wave structure in wave A very easy 3-wave structure in wave B, and now another 5-wave structure in wave C. The target for this wave C sits at the 1-to-1 at $73,721, also sitting at the exact same time as the 0.5 at 73,000. Lots of confluence there. We'll also talk about some fair value gaps that sit there as well. Now, these are the main scenario on the chart at the moment, but there is another scenario where we don't come down so straight just yet. As you can see on the 4-hourly time frame, the RSI, the relative strength index, is very oversold. We came down very, very quickly, and that means the RSI has now reset. We are now at the bottom, and oftentimes price moves up when we are at the bottom of our 4-hourly RSI. So if we are waiting for possibly another move up, we have this scenario here. This scenario means we are in another WXY, except the W only finished all the way down here. We are now looking for an X to the upside and then a Y down, then filling out all those common areas for a wave 2. So if we break this down, in the wave ABC of the wave W, we have a 5-wave leading diagonal in wave A, another 3-wave structure in wave B, and then a 5-wave in wave C. Very, very common ABC structure. So if that is then the Y, we are looking now for a wave X towards the upside. So this means we have a 3-wave structure up, which is possibly another W, a corrective structure in X, and now we are looking for possibly another 3-wave structure in Y. That would mean the X concludes there, and then we look for another 3-wave structure in Y. So lots of WXYs, very complex structure here, but we are still looking to possibly make money off of these areas. At the moment, I do think that it is very, very oversold on the 4-hourly time frame. I mean, there was lots and lots of manipulation here. You can see here a very sharp move up and then a very sharp move down, oftentimes very related to political news, which did in fact occur with Trump saying or talking about his crypto strategic reserve on his Twitter. So we're looking here for a W, X, and now a relief in wave Y. This does look very exhaustive. It also looks like it could be a 5-wave structure. but we are looking at an X, so possibly an A, B, and a wave C. So this is what the two main scenarios on the chart currently look like, but we can now look at fair value gaps. So this is our main scenario here, so I'm going to keep this on the chart. And if we look at the short-term fair value gaps, we can see here that we were very much rejected from this fair value gap. We've been talking about this for a very, very long time. So there was a fair value gap over here that we did indeed fill out, and then we had another fair value gap here, oftentimes used as support. But the fact that we have come up and now down, if we are to touch this fair value gap for a second time, the likelihood that we take out the low or close this fair value gap is very, very high. So possibly looking at that 1-to-1 at the wave C, where in fact another fair value gap does indeed sit on the daily time frame. In confluence with this area, we have another trend line that sits perfectly on this line here. If we do indeed break this trend line, I do think we are in for a much bigger bear market scenario, the one where we have a larger ABC to the downside. But if we do indeed close this fair value gap, bounce off this trend line, and possibly touch this one and move towards the upside in a 5-wave structure, that would be the perfect low made for the wave 2. Now, for trade possibilities starting on the 4-hourly time frame. At the moment, I would long from the 0.5 at 73,537. It is also a very, very big target here, as we have the previous high support at this area too. This could mean that we find levels or areas as support touching these previous regions. So we have 3 areas of confluence for that trade. A fair value gap sitting at the 73,000, the 1-to-1 of the wave C sitting at 73,700, and we are now looking for that wave 2 at the 0.5 area. Possibly this in confluence with the trend line and the support sitting at the previous highs would be a good area to long from. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want more and more frequent updates, do join the Discord in the description and subscribe to the YouTube channels for videos every single week. But it's been Max Trades Crypto. Cheers, guys.